Liz, it's always great to have you on the show.
Thanks
You're
for having
one
me.
of my favorite guests. You got to see Lin-Manuel backstage?
I haven't yet,
really?
but I'm planning on pitching him a few musicals.
Oh,
Yes.
He probably loved that.
I'm sure it happens. It never happens.
Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Okay.
Could you give me one?
Yes. Okay.
Taste it?
Okay. The first one is called Hoarders, a musical about letting go.
Wow, all right, I love that. I'm in.
And the songs are number 1, Objects Don't Have Souls. Number 2, Whose Cat Is This? And number 3, Where's My Husband?
Yeah. And I hope at the end of the second act they find him.
Yeah, they find him. Yeah, absolutely.
Every time I have you on, I kind of coerce a story out of you about a supernatural experience.
Oh, yes.
We talked about aliens.
Yes. Covered that, yes.
Yeah, we've covered that. We've talked about
Pet psychics.
their pet psychic was the
Yes.
last time.
Yeah.
It was very. Do you have any more supernatural experiences that have gone wrong for you that we could discuss? Or?
I wish the answer was no. Yeah. Yeah, these things keep happening to me. I don't know why. Yes, I recently got into a fight with my mother, and she passed away 3 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, it gets better. It gets better. So anyway, one of my best friends, her name is Shar. She is a psychic.
Okay.
And so whenever we get lunch together, we'll be gossiping or talking about politics, and suddenly she'll kind of go into a trance, and one of my dead relatives will come through and give me a message. And this one time, she kind of did her thing and said, "Oh, your mother has a message for you." And I was like, "Oh, what is it?" And she said, "When you're directing the Land of Stories movie," which, knock on wood, happens soon when the Disney-Fox merger settles down.
Yes.
When you're directing the Land of Stories movie and the monitors go on and off, that's your mom saying hello. And I said, "Can she pick a different sign? Because I'm going to need those to work." And anyway, so we proceeded. We then got into a big argument, my mom and I. She like worked really hard on that sign, and she was really upset. It's never enough for me. And then the waiter came over, and he was like, "Oh, is everything okay?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm arguing with my mom." And he's like, "Oh, I didn't realize this is your mom." And I was like, "Oh no, she's dead." Anyway, so we haven't been back to that restaurant in a while.
Yeah, no, you gotta go back to that. All right, good. The Tale of Magic. This is. I want to see is it your 15th book?
15th, yeah.
That's unbelievable, dude. It's
obnoxious.
amazing.
Thank you.
Amazing job. They're great books. On the bestseller list, you're making into a movie. Are you now more recognized as Chris Colfer, the author, or Chris Colfer, the actor?
It really just depends on where I'm at. Like if I'm near high school, it's definitely I'm the guy from Glee. But if it's an elementary school, then I'm definitely the author of the Land of Stories. But I'm having a hard time. I wish I could brag about it a little bit because people, especially in Los Angeles, the city that never reads, they. Oh no. Oh, I'm gonna hear about that one.
Yeah.
They always kind of assume that if you've been on TV before and you're not anymore, that you're either dead or you're going through a really hard time. Yeah. And I remember this one time I was at a party and this lady, she was famous. I'm not gonna say who it was, but she came up to me and she's like, "Oh, what are you up to now?" And I was like, "Oh, I'm an author." And she goes, "Oh, well that's okay." And I was like, no, they're really popular. And she's like, "I bet they are." Wow. And I was like, "No, it's like they're an international best-selling series." And she's like, "That's right, honey, chins up."
Oh my God.
So, yeah.
Really? And you're like, "No, actually, I'm happy.
I'm happy.
These are doing really well. They're making them into movies."
I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
15 books.
Thank you. Thank you.
This one here you said is the toughest to write.
It was.
A Tale of Magic. Why is this one tough?
This book, it was so different from anything else I've ever written because literally everything is an allegory about something I've experienced or something that really frustrates me. And two of the main themes are prejudice and oppression. And there's just something about breaking those two things down into a language that a child would understand that you see how pointless it is. And it would just infuriate me so much. I'd have to get up from my desk a few times and walk away.
And you just came from a book signing, I know, and I know they packed the place, and they go, do your fans ever ask for some weird things, like, hey, can you take a weird photo or sign something odd, or?
Oh yeah. Well, nothing has ever, as of now, nothing has ever beaten this one time when a woman plopped her baby down on the table and asked me to sign it.
Sign the baby?
Sign the baby. Yeah, yeah. And this baby gave me this look, like he looked back at its mom and looked at me and was like, I've got a long road ahead of me, don't I?
I got it. It's, yeah. You don't sign your babies.
Don't sign the baby.
No. I want to read, if you don't mind, the dedication that you put in this book, because I really, I loved it. It said, to all the brave people who dared to be themselves during a time that didn't accept them, thanks to you, I get to be me.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
Thank you, yeah. Thank you.
Why did you choose that dedication for this book?
You know, I'm so fortunate because I live in this country, in this century, where if I had been born somewhere else, even now if I had been born somewhere else, I could be tossed off a roof or stoned to death simply for existing. But because I live here and I live now, I get to be an award-winning actor, I get to be an international best-selling author, and I am allotted those privileges because of thousands and thousands of very, very brave men and women who came before me and sacrificed a lot, not for them, but so someone like me could do that one day. Yeah, that this book is for them.
Oh, yeah. That's really cool. Chris Colfer, everybody.
On and on and on. I said, and it's on and on and on.